Yes guys, welcome back to another episode of Predicting Player Future Moves. Now before we get into the video itself, do you think a left-footed player looks more cultured compared to a right-footed player? Like technically when they strike the ball, does it just look more easy on the eye? That's your first clue. Before we get into the video itself, I need you all to hit the subscribe button and click that notification bell. Every time there's a video uploaded to our channel, you will be notified. Today we're talking about a guy who does this. That's right, we're talking about Wolves' tricky winger, Pedro Neto. Now, before he joined Wolves, he was at Braga in Portugal, and then from there he went on loan to Lazio, did really well there, went back to Braga, and then eventually got his move to Wolves. And Pedro Neto predominantly plays on the wing. I think he's comfortable both sides, whether he's on the left side or the right side of a front three or a midfield four. Equally as good, equally as dangerous. I think if push comes to shove, he can probably play as a false nine as well. So what's Pedro Neto like as a player now? For me, his pace and acceleration are two things that absolutely stand out. He likes to dominate his opposition fullback in 1v1 situations, and it is a bit of a nightmare for them fullbacks. He's very direct in the way he plays. He's not a player who necessarily likes to do step-overs, a bit of skill or whatever, although he has got a little bit in his locker, but I'll say his directness is the way he sort of approaches it more often than not. Left foot is an absolute wand, majestic, he's very cultured, can caress the ball. Equally, he's got a low-driven, powerful strike on him as well. And typically for a winger, he's very agile and very mobile. Obviously, he's quite slight as well, so it's difficult for opponents to sort of get near him. So let's build towards my prediction for Pedro Neto. Now, he's 20 years old, very young player. Arguably could be Player of the Year, Young Player of the Year this season. He's also Portuguese, which we'll talk about a bit more in the next clip. So Wolves purchased Pedro Neto for £18 million from Braga, which is very good money, especially for a player that hasn't played loads at senior level. And on top of that, obviously, unproven in the Premier League. But that does go to show how much Wolves actually believe in this player and what sort of capability he has and what talent he has at such a young age. I would say his current market value is around £40 million. Now, there is a chance he could win Young Player of the Year. I don't think he will. I think he might finish in the top three. I think I'll go to Phil Foden, but that's another story altogether. Obviously, if he does win it, I think his valuation will increase even now. He's played one game for the Portuguese national team and also got one goal as well, so that's obviously a decent record. Don't suspect he's going to keep that up, but nevertheless, Portugal obviously got a rare talent and they're giving opportunities to the young players because they believe in them. Okay, my prediction for Pedro Neto. It is February 2021, that's my prediction date. Now, my move date, I think he's going to move in the summer of 2023. And I'm going for a big fee as well of £80 million. Now, that's sort of just under 2.5 years away. A few reasons behind that. I think there'll be no rush for big clubs to get him just now. I think they'll think he's developing quite well at Wolves, and if he can get another year or two under his belt playing that sort of level, and obviously a little bit better, getting more experience at international level, and maybe obviously Wolves are able to maybe get into some European football as well. A combination of all them things will lead towards sort of that summer of 2023, and then obviously the pandemic hopefully will be over there. The market will be back to somewhere near normal as well. So everything points towards the summer of 2023 and a valuation and a prediction of £18 million. Now, ambitious, I know, but that's what we're here to do. Provide some knowledge and be ambitious and brave with our decision making. There you have it guys, that is Wolves' tricky and pacey winger Pedro Neto. And for me, absolutely right now can play at a high level, whether it be in the Premier League or one of the European giants, in the Liga, Italy, Bundesliga for example. Guys, let me know what you think to Pedro Neto. Do you think he should be playing at a higher level? Does he need a bit more time to develop here at Wolves under Nuno? Love to hear your thoughts. Also guys, if you do like this type of video, please do drop it a like. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. Last thing to mention is if you missed last week's episode, there is a link in the description below. Go and check it out. Really good watch. We'll see everyone next week.